Later, on the You Guys Made Me Inc. podcast.
My poop is coming! What is up, everybody? Welcome back to You Guys Made Me Inc., the #1 Finding Nemo podcast on the internet. My name's Chase. We got Vaughn.
Hello.
And we got Justin.
What's up?
How you doing today, Vaughn?
Good. How are you today, Justin? Because I didn't know what I was going to say.
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good.
I don't know how I flubbed that. It's just today.
Yeah.
It's not that hard of a word to say.
I kind of flubbed it too, but that's because I'm Googling something for
yeah.
one of our topics a little bit later.
Oh, okay. So, you used to work at McDonald's.
Yeah.
When did they start serving lunch?
10:30.
It was like...
That is not right.
It was definitely 10:30 when
It was
started.
like 11, because we started changeover at like 10:30.
Yeah, so
Because-
that's what Morgan said too, that it was at 11.
Here's the thing. At 10:30, you could get stuff.
So I got fucked, and I've gotten
You would have
fucked
to wait.
twice.
You'd have to wait, but you could get stuff.
So
Yeah.
at 10:30, is when they always denied me from getting breakfast. Back before they had breakfast all
See,
day.
that's bullshit too.
See, that's what I'm so annoyed about now, is they have breakfast all day, but I'll go there and I start eating at 11. So I go there at 11, and then all they have is breakfast. I was like, can I get a dough? No.
They say
can't.
no?
Yeah.
When did they
Said
start
I couldn't get a double
When did they
cheeseburger.
start lunch?
That's
now?
what I was asking. I was like, what the fuck? Why can't I get a double cheeseburger? Because Morgan was like, oh, yeah, they started at 11. I was like, I literally went at 11 today. And they said no. So I got like 2 sausage McMuffins and like 3 hash browns,
They should have said...
which are delish.
Yeah. They should have said, like, yes, it's going to be a wait, though. But
Really?
Did you
But
go
then-
to the bougie one that he
Motherfuckers.
worked out?
No, it's a different one.
But here's the thing, though, is, like, as soon as they started introducing breakfast all day, that's when I dipped out. That's when I, like, quit. I was like, I'm
Because
not
you don't
dealing
want to
with
make
this.
breakfast? Is it annoying to make the breakfast?
No, but here's the thing is, like, the McDonald's I worked at was pretty busy, so we had, like, a lot of stuff, you know? There's 4 grills. Well, when you're doing breakfast, one of those has to be dedicated to eggs, and only eggs.
I fucking hate eggs. Like the McDonald's eggs are gross.
Yeah, one of those has to be dedicated to eggs. So, okay, so now you lose one. So now you have 3. Well, what happens if you have to do, like, grilled chicken? Grilled chicken takes, like, 8 minutes to cook. Well, now you're down to 2. Well, what happens if you need 4 to 1 and 10 to 1 and sausage? You're fucked. Like, I don't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah, that sounds like a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I went there and nope, no double cheese or anything. So I feel like I'm just getting fucked because now they do breakfast all day, but why don't they just do lunch all day as well? That kind of annoys me. I mean, I understand the logistics of it,
Because, like, what
you
I just said, it's fucking pain
but
in the ass.
it's annoying. I'm not a fan.
Because when I worked there, there's like, from, like, 10 to, like, 11 or 10:30 to 11, there's something we called changeover, which was, technically, we had both breakfast and lunch. And that half hour was fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be.
Well, because it's like, during that half hour, you got to get everything you need going for lunch, but you also have to keep up with breakfast. So it's like, okay, we're going to need patties, you know, start the patties. Those aren't going to be done for a little bit, you know. Stupid.
How do you make your hash browns? Like, do you
Drop 'em
fry
in a
them?
fryer.
Really?
Same one
Man,
as the
that's
French
good
fries.
shit.
It's delicious.
It's so good. You've eaten those?
I don't
It's
eat
basically
McDonald's.
just a ball
I've
of
eaten
grease.
It's just a ball of grease. And it's delicious.
I've had it. Just don't eat it.
You don't eat it anymore?
Yeah, no, I'm, as you can tell, working on my girlish figure.
Yeah? You're
Yeah.
trying to get that
Just trying to-
6-pack?
Trying to get the abdominals to show up, you know?
Any special reason why? Or you just want to
for
look
me.
good?
Yeah.
Look good, you feel good?
I've been
You-
working out
whatever?
for like a year and a half now, so I was like, yeah, it's time I start actually looking good and start eating healthy.
You've been working out for a year, but you haven't looked good?
Well, no,
I
like
think
you
what
can
he's
tell
saying
your
is-
muscle definition,
Yeah,
but
I
I don't.
gotcha.
I don't change my diet.
What
so
if,
I-
yeah, that's what I was...
So it's like,
And diet's a big thing for, like sculpting
Yeah.
yourself.
I just eat.
To get lean and definition?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Speaking of your looks, you got a new haircut. So,
that's pretty good.
yeah, dude. I'm working hard.
For all the people out there, it kind of looks like Giannis Antetokounmpo's hair.
What? That's a person's name?
Yeah, Giannis.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
That's amazing.
He's awesome.
That's a.
Who
He's a
is he?
basketball player.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
That's the thing that you're... Oh, okay. I was like...
Yeah. I had to Google.
That, yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
absolutely looks like his hair.
So, yesterday actually,
It looks dope. I love
I got the
it.
haircut, and I was in the shower, right? So I had to take a shower right before I got my haircut because I want my hair to be like, not nappy when I was getting my haircut. Otherwise, it would have been messed up. For black people listening, so I'm out there. I'm picking my hair and blow drying it because I want it to dry because I had like I don't know, half an hour to get to my haircut appointment. And I don't know if you guys know black barbers, but like if you're a minute late to your haircut, you're not getting your haircut because if someone comes in that same minute that you're not there, they're getting their haircut even if you had an appointment.
Yeah.
I just cut my own
I go to
hair.
Great Clips. So,
No, so I'm explaining to you how the process is.
Yeah, I got
So if
you.
I have an appointment at 12:30, I have to be there at 12:30.
You're
someone
there
comes
at
in at
12:31.
12:31,
He's like, fuck off.
If I'm there at 12:31 and someone else shows up at 12:30, they're getting their haircut, and then that makes me the quote unquote walk-in. They took my appointment essentially, and then it's a really big fucking hassle. Because then even if you show up at 12:30, he could also be working on someone else.
That's always kind of bothered me.
So it's like you show up at 12:30 for your haircut appointment, but someone was in there before you, so your haircut appointment could start at like 12:40 or even at 1:00 if your
Holy
barber's
shit.
black because black barbers talk a lot, a lot. All right, so I'm out there trying to pick and dry my hair, and I'm picking and drying at the same time, right? I'm not looking in the mirror while I'm doing this. I'm just picking and drying, and I didn't know when you pick and dry your hair. For black people, it straightens your hair. So I came up here, I got pictures. I was like, what the fuck?
Did you post them on Twitter?
You're just looking like Chris Hemsworth. You're
No,
like,
I was
yes.
like,
Because if
super
you do post
confused.
them on Twitter, the people could go see.
That's true. Oh my god. You look like
pretty
you have
good.
a
That's pretty
horn.
So I ended up getting my hair cut with it all straightened. And then obviously, as you can tell, this part comes out a lot more than this part.
See, the only reason that I don't think I could ever... So I have this big issue with the way my hair is cut is I don't like to see the sides of my hair, which sounds definitely weird. I don't like it to poof out. So I could never do that.
But you see how this is like boop and this is like poof.
Yeah.
This part's still straight.
One's got a little bit of a
This is like,
shelf.
poof.
I
Yeah,
got you.
This one's still straight, so it's kind of like I have a lopsided fro, but it's not like that. It's like I gotta wash it out, but it doesn't just take a day to come out after you straighten your hair.
Really?
Yeah, like I could do most of it. Like I did all this in the shower, but then
Yeah.
obviously some parts
You did the majority of your head, but not
Yeah.
the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
take some time. So it's like shit.
Do you guys wash your hair every day?
Nope.
No, I'm not asking just about you, just in general. You wash your hair every day?
I do.
No, I'm totally gonna go bald. I do. I know I'm fucking up my hair. I don't care.
I wash my
My-
hair every day. I'm not going bald.
So yeah, I feel like you just have a good head of hair. I mean, my dad is 100% bald, so it's guaranteed that I'm gonna bald. His dad was bald.
My dad's bald, but I think my dad's bald by choice.
Yeah, that is always interesting. I come across
I've
bald
never
people and just
heard
wonder
of
if
your
it's by
dad
choice.
And your mom, so I kind of thought they died a couple years back
just-
in a fire. So I was just never asked about them because you've always talked about
In a
living with-
fire of all
Yeah.
things.
I was like, something bad happened. It's probably the war of all war, the war to end all wars, kind of type shit. So I just
It's like
never asked.
Pokemon
But
where
you've always
there's
said
the
I live with my nana. And I'm like, word. I won't ask any more questions.
yeah, it's like Pokemon
That's
the
my dad
fan
with my
theory
niece.
where there was the war
You see,
beforehand. That's why there's no
honestly, he looks
males.
just like you, or you look just like him. If you were bald,
Yeah, my dad's been bald by choice for a long time.
yeah,
I think he may have been balding though.
Yeah.
Honestly, you just didn't think you had a dad.
Well,
You
that's
was
my
like,
plan. If I get a really definite bald spot, it's real, there's no hair there, I'm just gonna shave my head.
You keep it like that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shave my head, grow out my beard really thick,
Dude, that looked dope.
and I'm just gonna work out a lot
Like
to
a-
really compensate.
like
for it.
a huge red beard. No, like a bald head that looked dope.
Yeah, and then I just wear hats all the time.
That's what I was gonna say. Are you just gonna wear a hat and become a
Well,
rapper?
yeah, I've slowly started to
he's-
purchase hats so that I'm ready for when
Just
I
wear your
eventually go
cappy hat.
bald. My cappy hat? That's fucking disgusting. I hate that hat.
Why do you have
I got it when I worked at GameStop. We got it for free because the Mario Odyssey launch, and my manager made me wear it one day, and I was like, "This is the dumbest fucking
He
hat."
made you wear it?
Yeah, yeah. He's like, "Hey, you guys," or my district manager was like, "You guys have to wear these hats." Like,
What?
I was like, "I fucking hate hats."
I would have been like, dude, you can suck right off.
Yeah.
I mean,
I do
I'd
not
wear
like
it,
that
but-
hat at all.
That's pretty much what he said when he quit.
Well, I had
kinda-
just gotten an appendectomy, so it was a little bit weirder.
You know
when
the
I quit.
funniest.
I don't know what that means.
You guys want to know how I
Appendectomy.
quit
I got my
McDonald's?
appendix removed.
Oh.
You guys want to know how I quit McDonald's?
Didn't you just walk out?
So, okay, listen, no. One day, I was working, and I went to lunch, and I was sitting there like, I just don't want to, like, this is not good. And I was like, I was already a trainer. They were, like, training me, I think, to become a manager, and I didn't want that. And breakfast was coming all day, and I was just sitting there in my car at my lunch, and I was just like, I think I'm done. So I walked into the store, walked up to the general manager, and was like, hey, I think I'm quitting right now. And she, like, looks at me and, like, laughs or something. And I was like, no, I'm being serious. And I go to shake her hand, and she, like, got really mad, like, stormed away. And I was like, okay. So I just said bye to all my coworkers and left.
I think I'm quitting now.
It was
I
just like
actually-
a shit storm of, like, everything was going on. I was like, I think I gotta go.
When I quit GameStop, I gave them my 2 weeks notice, and Morgan made fun of me for it, especially because my manager said it was the most sincere and heartfelt 2 weeks he's ever read. And I was like, okay.
No,
That's
I think
nice.
you should give your
So-
2 weeks, but that's super weird for me because I'm super like, you should give your 2 weeks, but I was like, I think I'm done.
You're like, breakfast all day? That sounds like torture.
Breakfast all day. You're trying to make. I'm like going to become a man. No, I think I'm done. Like,
That checks out.
yeah.
Sounds like McDonald's just sucks.
It,
I would
actually,
hate working there.
The
thing is
the way
like,
you quit sounds a lot better than the way Vaughn left Wahoo's.
how'd you leave
I just-
Wahoo's?
Put in my 2 weeks notice.
In what? On what?
Mini golf slip. I wrote it. I got pissed off one day because I had asked for.
That's legendary.
What was it? I asked for spring break off, and
They wanted you to work extra on spring break.
I asked for spring break off months in advance, and then found out that I had to work, but one of the other team leads that had asked for it like a week in advance got it off, and that pissed me off beyond belief. So yeah, I walked over and I asked one of my managers, and I was like, "Hey, how do you like put in your 2 weeks just to be
Bro,
curious?"
what did your manager say?
And he was like, "Are you thinking about quitting?" And I was like, "No, I'm honestly just curious. I've never thought about it before. Of course, I was thinking about it."
You're literally about to do it.
And he like told me how he's like, oh yeah, you normally like, cause this is my first job. He's like, oh yeah, you normally like do a typed up formal letter. And I was like, I don't really want to do that. So yeah, before I left, I took a mini golf slip while nobody was there, and I wrote it in with a mini golf pencil, and then I tucked it in their drawer, and I was like, yeah, I'm quitting.
Did they see it like the next day or
Yeah,
how? Okay,
yeah,
I was
he
like,
saw it.
how
And
long-
one of my managers like grabbed my arm and was joking about me like breaking my arm on my last day, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with
You
you?
should have
ends.
fucking went to HR
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, I did. I went to I talked to the owner,
Yeah,
and he was
I
like,
got-
sounds like a misunderstanding, and I was like, weird misunderstanding. Somebody's saying that they could break your arm while currently holding your arm. Interesting
Should've,
misunderstanding.
No, you shouldn't have went to the owner. You should have went straight to HR.
we
But who
didn't
knows?
have
Why, who
HR.
has HR? That'd be
Yeah,
weird.
we didn't have HR. We had Pat, the owner, who's a dickhead.
Well, I feel like it also should have went to HR when they're calling Justin Black Justin.
Yeah, that was pretty fucked up.
Like, come on.
They're like, in our defense, there's two Justins. And I'm like, yeah, Justin Sadu and then that guy, and the other Justin.
We got Prime Justin and then the other Justin. Like,
Yeah. So I wrote it on a mini golf slip.
What'd you even say? I'm quitting on this
I don't
day?
know. I honestly forgot. Yeah. And I like quit right before I made my last day. I made it the day the day before spring break started.
nice.
So I was like, I'm getting spring break off. I don't care what you guys want. And then one of my managers was like, could you just stay for spring break? And I was like, no,
Like,
that's
literally-
specifically why I'm quitting. He's like, well, that's stupid. And I was like, is this stupid? Because I asked for it months in advance.
I didn't
Because I had a
ask-
friend coming from out of town that was going to come hang out with me over spring break.
I didn't ask for spring break off, but what happened my junior year, I think, they like one of the managers was also a senior, so she knew when spring break was, and I didn't know this was fucking legal, but like I look at my schedule on spring break and I was think I can fucking sleep in like all day, because school usually gets out at like 3:30, work at 4,
Mm-hmm.
perfect. And I was thinking, okay, I got like a lot of time to do whatever I want till 4 usually hits when I gotta go to work. Well, since they knew when spring break was, I didn't know this was legal. They made it to where I worked like mornings.
Yeah,
during
you
spring
started
break.
super early,
Yeah.
right?
And I was like, what if I didn't have spring break? Well, like, oh, but you do. And I was like, I don't think you guys get to decide that.
I don't think they can mess with your availability.
Yeah, but they did.
Yeah,
Like-
didn't they schedule you like 5 a.m.
Yeah,
or
which
something?
is fine. I actually, when I graduated high school and I still worked at McDonald's, I preferred to work
Yeah.
at like 5 a.m., 4 a.m. and stuff.
When I was working at Hot Wahoo's, and like they scheduled me
You
like
say
outside
hot
of my
Wahoos?
out at Wahoo's.
Oh, I thought
They
you
said
said
hot
hot Wahoos
Wahoos.
too. Okay.
Yeah, when I was working at Wahoo's during
That's
spring
the
break.
sexy version.
During spring break, like when they scheduled me, I would come in at 4, despite when my shift was.
Yeah. I was like, I don't think, and obviously I was like a fucking 16
Like,
or 17-year-old kid. I was like,
I'd always have them clock me in, and I'm surprised they didn't say anything about it. But like, I've just been fired a long time ago.
You're like,
And
it
what
turns out
you-
it actually just built up.
and what you did get fired for was bullshit.
Yeah, not even my fault. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, whatever.
Yeah. That's really funny.
Yeah, Wahoo's is a terrible place to work.
Yeah,
See, I
never
actually
worked
really
there.
enjoyed working at McDonald's, but it was super shitty.
I liked working at Wahoo's because you had like a large group of coworkers that then like became friends, and after like we'd get off work, we
Yeah.
would go like hang out and do stuff together. But yeah, I've never had a job like that again. But it's also probably because I get promoted at the other jobs, like,
Way too quick.
and then it's uncomfortable because it just didn't want to talk to me or something. I don't want to get in trouble.
See, so the thing about management is what I learned. They were once in your position, so like, if you talk to them normal, they're not gonna be like, "Hey, I'm above you."
Well, the coolest thing about working at
Yeah.
McDonald's is those managers were awesome, except for the general manager. And like it turns
You're
out,
like, you realize you work for McDonald's, right?
it turns out like a few weeks or months maybe after I quit, she ended up like something happened and she was no longer the general manager there. And one of my old managers was the general manager. And I was like, damn, because I actually really liked working for her. She was really cool. The other one was a bitch, but
Was it Kelly again?
no, Kelly had already quit at this point,
Oh,
which sucked because Kelly was cool too.
Speaking of sucking, this
Oh.
has absolutely nothing to do with it. Just, actually, it kind of does. Justin sucks at Yu-Gi-Oh! So Justin has been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! No, actually, I was gonna go into something else, but then I totally got jumbled up, and I was like, I don't know where I'm going to that.
Justin
So you've been playing
sucks at
Yu-Gi-Oh! What is
Yu-Gi-Oh!
it?
yeah. So I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh on this website called Dueling Nexus. I beat some dude in 2 duels, or two drop,
2 turns?
2 turns.
Two
Yeah.
turns.
What
Fucked
deck
his
were you
ass up.
using?
I was using a Cyber Dragon deck.
You love them
You're
Cyber Dragons.
obsessed with Cyber Dragon.
So I'm actually obsessed with Dragon decks. Cyber Dragon decks are just what I use when people piss me off.
I like Blue Eyes.
They are
deck.
kind of
Blue
fucked
Eyes is
up.
cool.
I was minding my own business on Dueling Nexus, right? And this guy challenges me, right? So I accept his challenge. And he was like, "Are
Does he
you a boy or a
message you,
girl?"
Like, bitch.
My name is Pops, by the way. And he asked me, "Are you a boy or a girl?" And I'm like, I don't see how that's relevant because I could be a boy or a girl and you can still take these L's. And I was just like, I'm a boy. And he's all like, all right. And then he's talking about as we're dueling, oh my gosh, I got a great hand. I'm like, cool. With my hand, if I get 2 more cards, it's over for you. You know what I mean?
Is he like trying to bluff you in Yu-Gi-Oh! Of all things?
Of all things, typing in chat, I'm going to win. Word. And then he's all like, I'm sorry, I don't speak English well. I'm like, word. You don't need to understand English to understand the meaning of loss, okay? So I'm like, word, let's go. And then I'm like, I recorded it all, by the way, so you can see me bending them over. You know? And you ever see someone get digged down on national TV?
On national? No, I
I
haven't.
mean, I've seen
actually.
Game of Thrones, kind of. So.
That's the same thing. That's how it was. It was like I started my own porn website with this guy, and I fucking bent him over in 2 turns.
And he thought he was gonna bend you over.
Yeah. So first,
It's like that porn where you see 2 people. There's actually, this is serious porn, and it's kind of creepy. It's wrestling. So
oh, I've seen it.
yeah, the idea of it is to like undress the other person and wrestle them to the ground, and whoever wrestles the other person to the ground gets to fuck that person.
Yeah.
But generally, and it gets kind of weird. It's not like jacked dudes. It's like jacked women and
Oh,
tiny
shit.
dudes. And then they fuck up that guy and then Just pop on a
So
strap on.
there's other ones where there's a buff girl and a buff guy, and they go, and I'm just like, why the fuck would they do that? They know the girl's gonna lose.
I don't know, dude. I've seen them grab dicks. I've
Oh.
seen them just fucking grab their nutsack.
That's the problem with dudes.
That's
I'm
what
like,
they're supposed- they gotta do it. You know what I mean?
You got to do what you got to do to give it. I guess they don't want to receive it. So.
Especially when buff girls fight like skinny girls, and the skinny girls get like fucking ransacked.
Well, you guys remember that video a few years ago about about the girl the two girls that were fighting, and then the one started running
Hit
away
her with a shovel.
fucking threw the shovel at her.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was so funny.
Yeah, they're punching. She's like, "Hey, yo, stop punching me in the face!" And it's like, it's a fight. What do you think is gonna happen?
no,
And then
but she wasn't trying to fight her. She was at her house, and the other girl came by her house.
No, they
trying
were
to fuck
supposed
on
to
her.
fight.
Yeah, they were
That was
supposed
the
to
thing.
fight. That
She
was the
came
thing.
over so that they would fight, and
Oh,
then I
yeah,
love that the
but it's
video
like-
starts off with like, "Oh yeah, these
There's
are my
chicken
chickens."
coop. Yeah.
It's like, but I mean, it's like if Chase came over to like fight me, right?
I'm gonna punch you in the face
He would
if
come
I'm
to my
fighting
house and he's
you.
like, "Hey man, we're gonna fight right now," and then you just throw a punch, and you're gonna be surprised if I pull out this shovel. And,
Yeah, she fucking
I guess you're
pulls
also
out
right.
the shovel and throws
you know what I
it
mean?
at
We're
her.
at
No,
my
I just-
house,
I-
and you're attacking me.
The start of
course.
that video was so weird. They're like, "Hey,
These
this
are
is
my
my
chickens."
chickens," like all this weird shit, and then
She's like, "Oh man, I wish I had chickens."
yeah, and then they start fighting, and you're like, oh, "Okay," and the girl starts getting her ass whooped, and then she like gets up, like walks to the.
She said she's gonna go grab her dad's gun because she wants them to get off her property.
She does something, and then comes back with
she
a
was trying to
shovel.
leave, and they came back, and they're like the fight was over at that point. If they did agree to fight, you know what I mean. When she's leaving and she's getting up, she accepted her defeat. But the girl kept following her. So of course, if you keep following her and antagonizing her, and I see a shovel,
No, but what happened? What happened was like the owner of the home, not the owner, but the person
Yeah,
that
the
lived
girl.
there, like walked away, and the other girl started like getting up and like started like, you know, like I think she was still talking shit or something.
Yeah, she was.
But the other girl like grabbed a shovel, and the girl that was talking shit just started walking away. Like, okay, like this is done. Like you grabbed a shovel, and then
No,
she fucking yeeted the shovel at her.
no. So the girl, I watched the video several times.
I've
The girl was
seen
walking.
it too.
Yeah, the girl like was talking trash, was coming at her, like walking onto her property. Yada yada yada.
They were fighting
but
on
they,
her
like-
property.
But like, yeah, like it was like I'm right next to you. Like where my hand is where I would be when she picked up the shovel, and then
It's
she
not
saw the
very
shovel
far away.
and
It's
she
like
turned
an
around
inch
and she was
away.
like, "Oh shit!" So she didn't have any time to run. She just got beat.
No, she definitely got time to run because she.
I
It
love
hit her in the back of the head.
If you watch the video, it goes further, and her friends like pick her up, and then they go into the woods.
Yeah.
and it totally makes it seem like the beginning of a
dead.
fucking like horror movie. Yeah, like a found footage horror movie, like Blair Witch. It's uncomfortable.
it's
so-
fucking wild.
We had the first ever of its kind. We had,
Just make
in
sure
a
we're
way,
talking about the
a
same video,
listener
that one.
write in.
We had a listener right in.
That's the right
Similar,
video?
yes. The one person who actually listens to our podcast, Avery, wanted us to talk about something. Probably gonna make Justin feel uncomfortable.
I
but why
did
not?
a shout out to Avery, one of my videos.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, one of my gaming videos.
He actually watches your videos too.
I
so
said
that's cool.
shout out to the only two people that watch my videos, Avery.
And your mom.
No, and someone else named Frog.
So Avery wanted to know about our first times ever getting a boner. That is specifically what he asked me. He thought it
what
would
the
be
fuck?
funny.
It's gonna be hard
I
to
don't know.
think
Is
about.
the button here?
I keep forgetting to buy it.
Is the button here? That's
So,
funny.
yeah, Avery specifically wanted to know about our first times ever remembering getting a boner. I think the first time I remember getting a boner was
I
the
remember.
first time I ever masturbated.
I remember when my first time was too. Now.
What was the first time you ever got a
So,
boner?
This was back when my
Here
dad
it
was
is. So
still
you're
here.
right. The girl starts like charging her, and then the girl grabs the shovel.
And then she tries to turn
But then
around.
she like tries to turn around and run, and then the shovel just comes. Yank!
Yeah, that's what I watched the
It's
video
so
a
funny,
lot.
dude. But she does try to run. 'cause
Yeah,
she
but it
got
was
weapon.
but it was too late. You know what I mean?
It was too late. Yeah, that's why
I
you
mean,
got to
you'd
shovel
think
the back
you'd
of the
keep
head.
your eyes on her so that you could dodge the shovel.
No, but,
that's
like-
just
Oh,
me.
she just tried to book it, and the girl
Yeah.
yeeted the shovel. It was really funny.
All right, so boner, right?
Yeah, first time.
The first
Avery, you're first of all, Avery,
It's
you're
hard to
fucking
remember.
weird. Okay,
Yeah.
but I was 3 or 4. This was back when my dad was still in
Okay,
town. We
this
lived
is
in,
a
That's an
long
early
time
boner.
ago.
huh?
Little kids get boners though. It's
Yeah,
weird.
but I remember it pretty good.
Let's do the first one you remember, so that works.
I feel like that's uncomfortable that I just said little kids get boners.
Yeah.
Just to point out.
Let me finish my fucking story, bitch, okay? So I'm 3 or 4. My dad, no. My dad's friend, his name was Jean-Marc. He brings over this porn magazine. Like, because this was like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a porno mag. It's a
1998.
normal thing.
You know,
I
1998.
own like 3.
So this is like right before my sister was born, and he like brought it over, and like we're all downstairs, and this is just on the fucking counter. So I like go pick it up, and I'm sitting there like on the couch with my mom and my dad and him across the table, and they're just like all talking, and I'm sitting there looking at all these pictures of all these naked women, and this magazine's in my house, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? And
You're
then,
like, I'm into this.
yeah,
Turns out.
I was in there for like a whole 15 minutes before my mom looked over and looked at what I was looking at, and she was like, "Hey!" And then I like closed the book and I threw it, and I turned around and like covered my face, and I passed out. Like, 'cause next thing I like knew, I was waking up on the couch, and it was like,
You just passed
Early in the
out.
morning,
You're like,
yeah, I was
actually,
like-
my mom knocked me the fuck out.
yeah, like I don't like she didn't remember. She, like, I did not move from that couch. I woke up on that couch. Like, they all went upstairs to bed. I was like 3 or 4. And my mom used to take me upstairs to go to sleep every fucking night, except for that night.
I love that as kids, like, you think if you throw it, they won't notice that you just had
You're
it.
like, I'm not the culprit.
I don't know
They're like,
what I was
what
thinking.
magazine you talking about? I don't have one, obviously. And they're like,
Yeah.
I literally just watched you throw it.
That's funny.
My mom was so upset. My dad was laughing, and his friend was laughing at me.
That is the weirdest thing that, like, that's the difference between mom and dads usually, is, like, when the kid does something stupid, like, let's say your kid says, like, fuck or something, you know? The mom's usually like, hey, and the dad's usually, like, on the side laughing.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah. Which, it's super weird that, like, that's like, the thing.
yeah, it's like parent tropes. So what can you remember as your first ever boner?
Okay, and I don't know if it was my first ever boner, but one that I like remember was from the movie Superbad, which came out like 12 years ago or something.
You flip it up into your waistband?
No,
That's like a quote from
no,
me.
that is a quote from the movie. So I was probably like 10 at the time, or maybe 11. So I mean, I'm sure I've had one before, you know, but the one that I really remember was watching the R-rated version of that movie. At one point, they're in the gas station or something, and they pull up this porno mag, and it's like it's a real ass porno mag, and the front of it's just, you know, like
Naked
some
women.
naked women, and that's like the first time I remember, like, oh shit, like
I think we actually went and saw Superbad together, if I remember correctly. when
we were like
young.
10 when it came out. So
Yeah.
if we got into Superbad,
Well, my parents
my
are not good ones. So, because I've realized that over the years,
but I'm
like
just
you
talking
look back
about
on
like
things,
having
like,
the DVD,
Yeah,
and there was the porno mag. So I just paused it, and I was like, oh, I was like 11 or 10. I was like, oh, I had the fucking internet. I don't know what I was doing. Oh, oh yeah, that's good right there.
the first ever boner that I remember having is I think the time that I first masturbated to Good Housekeeping or Better Homes and Gardens, whichever one it was. But how did you guys used to hide your boners? In
Waistbanding.
like school, yeah, I would flip it up in my waistband. That was one of them. Especially when getting
Just
out of
not
cars,
do anything.
you'd be really quick. You like get out of the car and like,
Yeah,
Like
I
a
used,
ninja?
To, I, used to, I
Shoot.
used to stick my hand in my pocket and stretch.
I've always been and I'm sure it's super noticeable. I've always just been like a down the leg.
you're just like
There's
scooping at your leg.
Yeah, that's
just like push it down the leg,
oh,
or
you're
it's one with your
dick.
leg, and there's
Okay.
still a bump, like
You're
an
like, it's
extra
obvious.
So
bump.
yeah,
my
that's
dick.
when
It's
I was like,
obvious
wearing,
I have a boner right
that
now.
was like when I was wearing jeans, and then I switched to like, you know, khakis and like sweats. So like when I did have one, it just like slip. You know what I mean? So
Or sweats I'd have an issue with, so I'd just pull out my pockets. I would like put my hands in my pockets and then just push my pants forward.
Yeah, it was like easier to do. So I was like, I'd easily be able to tuck. And
Yeah,
I was like,
and-
and then I changed my boxers too, and that really helped.
To
Yeah.
this day, see, that also is weird because I wear like boxer briefs.
That's what I feel like helps more is with the boxer
Yeah.
briefs because they're tighter.
Yeah,
I
so
hold it
wear
together.
the silk shit.
Yeah, I don't like the real breathable underwear. I want my junk bunched up.
No, it's not breathable whatsoever.
Oh, really?
Like, my
Nice.
nuts are
They're
like,
compression shorts,
Yeah.
right? That's what you're wearing?
yeah, the ones that athletes use.
Yeah. I used to
So they
wear
don't get
those all the
boners when they
time.
tackle dudes.
But I've kind of like transitioned into like they're called like Buck Naked. They're from Duluth. They're really nice. They're like $25 pair of underwear. Like they're really nice. But even to this day, I still do the thing where it's just like just push it down the leg. It's probably pretty noticeable, but
Did you ever do that thing in like middle school and high school? Because we always had binders. I'm not sure if that's a thing everywhere, but we had binders to keep our schoolwork in. Did you just put your binder in front of your dick?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was walking.
Yeah, you
like-
always knew the kids had boners because you're like, I know what you're doing.
Oh, when I was
You're
walking,
like, if I punch your binder, your dick is done.
when I was
I never
walking,
paid
no,
attention.
I-
I because I didn't want people paying attention to me. I just didn't pay attention to them.
Yeah,
So
you're
I
like,
like, when I would stand up, I would like grab my binder, stretch, and then like hopefully the stretch will like help me think of something else and like knock down my boner because they're like NRBs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I heard if you like move your joints, like your fingers and
Well,
your,
yeah, that's-
and your
I-
toes and
yeah,
stuff, get
it
the
does.
blood away from
What?
Yeah,
I used
No way.
to pop my knuckles like that all the time at school.
to try to get because it
I'm
like
gonna
it,
have to try
it
that.
moves. I don't know if it works because
It like moves blood,
I don't really
Yeah,
try.
I see what you're
I
talking
guess
about,
I've
though.
never really tried to hide.
but I think
my
it's also
boner.
just a mental thing.
I don't think I've ever tried to hide. I think I just push it down the leg, and I'm like,
That is kind of weird that we were always afraid of people seeing your boner.
I don't think I ever was though. I think I was just like push it down the leg, like
Because it's fucking
Really?
weird, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Nobody
It's in
wants
the
to
way.
walk around like hard as a rock. I had this one teacher.
nobody does. Because if that'd be great. Like,
So I had
just
this one
24/7.
teacher, and fucking
We've all
middle
had that
school,
one teacher. Yeah.
and he's my math teacher, right?
Oh, yours
I'm
was a
like-
dude. Mine was a girl.
He was talking to some girl,
Oh,
like she's like 8th grade. You know what I mean?
she's
She has
hot.
huge
That's what you're
tits.
talking- She's hot.
Yeah, she was like she was like ghetto black kind of type girl,
Okay.
right?
Where are you
And
going with this?
So he's sitting there talking to her, but he always looks down at girls' shirts, and then 2, like
Actually,
After-
everyone does have that teacher.
Dude, I had 2 of those in my middle school.
so did I.
Yeah.
And then, so he was doing that, looking down her shirt, and then like also talking to her, but he was like over her desk, like hovering, and you
Fucking
can like see through his
creepy.
pants, like the crease.
Oh,
was his
no.
You're
leg.
like, you are obviously getting hard.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
just like right
Hard
in
as
her,
a
like it
fucking
was right
rock.
in her face. You know
You
what I
should
mean?
just point it out. You're like, dude, I could see your dick moving.
No, like you honestly could see it. Like he was yelling, and it was just like this, and she was
You're
like,
like,
it
it's
was like-
basically
it was like
touching
this.
her face.
It was like this. He was just like talking down to her, like, if you don't start doing your homework and stop being disruptive in my class,
I'm gonna
we're
touch
gonna
your
have a
face
problem.
with my
And
penis.
it's like, oh my god, like she already has a problem, and like she handled it a lot better than I thought she would handle it, because all she did was turn around to me and like. I was like, yeah, I saw.
She just pointed. She poked her finger
Yeah,
out.
she did this. And I was like, yeah, I saw. And she like looked over at this one girl across the room, and she was all like, girl. And she's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, oh my god, everybody knows.
Did we explain what Justin was doing?
Yeah, he pointed out. He
okay.
had a fist and then he poked out his finger.
One thing I remember about high school, I think it was like 9th grade, I had this science class, and my teacher wasn't there that day, so we had a substitute, you know? Mm-hmm. Real old guy. Like, real old guy.
I feel like old people never give a shit. They're the people who they feel like it's socially acceptable to have a boner.
No, and this has nothing to do with having a boner.
Oh, okay.
So, there's that. This is just one story I remember. Okay. So you had the projectors, and you'd pull down the thing. In order to get it back up, you have to like pull it down and put in like it'll like
Yeah, to
go
roll
back
itself
up.
back up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if this teacher didn't know about it or what, because he was trying to get it up for a solid like 30 seconds, like trying to fucking get this projector screen up, and he couldn't do it, so he just walked over to the desk and just sat down. And I walked up in front of the class, walked up there, did it in one, and just went and sat back down. He was not happy about it.
He just walks over and pushes your desk over.
down, little bitch.
It was really funny though, because I didn't mean anything disrespectful by it, but it was totally, I was just flexing on him.
That's truly a weird flex. You're like, yes, I can
Yes,
roll back
I'm
up
not
the printer
a
screen.
dipshit.
The projector screen. Yeah, in my middle school, there was 2 things that happened So 8th grade, my 8th grade, a 6th grader or a 7th grader had a relationship with a teacher.
Oh, fuck.
And they were caught in the bushes of a
remember
cul-de-sac
hearing about this.
banging.
Dude,
And they had
that's
been banging for a
disgusting.
while. And he was on my I was running cross country then, and he was on my cross country team, and we all thought it was weird because she would come with him. Like, we would be ready, like, after school, we'd be sitting there, like, getting ready for practice, and he would come, and they would come together. We always thought it was weird.
So that's what I really want to know. Like, what teacher is like, hey, that 6th grader's fucking hot. Let me bang him.
I don't know. This kid was pretty jacked.
Like, when you get to high school, I understand.
It's still a
But,
fucking...
yeah, no, it's still a super... I don't...
Like, how
I
can
don't
you get freaky
understand
with
it.
that? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I
Like, I'm
kind of
pretty
crossed
sure when
my
I-
fingers
The rest of
that
us
my
are just
teachers
fucking
would have.
normal.
When I was in
So-
6th grade, I was still discovering what a boner actually was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I was very familiar with my boner. in 6th grade.
It was like,
We were really good
Maybe
friends.
it's because we masturbated and you didn't.
We were really
Probably.
close friends.
Yeah, and then I had when I was in 6th
This
grade,
whole fucking
I had a
episode's
science
been
teacher
just talking
who
about-
used to look down girls' shirts and stuff. And then I think one day he actually like made a move on a girl or
Oh,
something like that.
shit.
He got fired. His
Yes.
wife left him, and he moved to Alaska.
That's what you have to do.
I was like,
yeah.
yeah, you have
That's
to get out of there.
exile right there.
Yeah. We should just move him to Russia.
He made a move on a girl? That's crazy.
I think so. Yeah.
You
He was
think
like
so?
looking down
Sounds like-
girls. Well, I
It
don't
sounds
know
very-
if he did or not, but he did lose his job. His wife left him because of it, and he moved to Alaska. So I'm assuming he did make a move, but we all know for a fact that he like looked down girls' shirts. And
It's
stuff.
pretty crazy that we all have that teacher. That's
Yeah.
like you know their name.
I had another teacher in middle school who was married to another teacher at that middle school, and he would never he obviously favored like younger women, and he wouldn't help men with their homework or anything. He would only help little like younger girls and stuff. And he had he said he was a fan of cheer, but he just had a shitload of like cheer posters in his classroom. It was creepy. Like, this guy obviously had some
pandering.
weird shit going on.
Either he was gay or he just liked little girls.
I think he just like little girls. I think he was just creepy fucking dude.
Message to all pedophiles: if you really want to be a pedophile, just work as a teacher.
Apparently.
Yeah,
You think this was just our young brains like, oh, that's so weird, or is like,
No, it's definitely weird.
Okay.
Okay.
I
so
still
you-
think about it now, and I'm like, it's weird.
well, it
ever,
is
like-
weird now, but like when you're younger, like, and you did see like the Cheers posters or whatever, posters.
It was never attractive, though. I never found like cheerleaders attractive, to be
Same.
honest.
You ever
They weren't revealing like they was in the
notice
movies.
how everybody knows when you're
Okay.
staring down their shirt?
Yeah, everyone knows.
Essentially,
Yeah, I mean, it's
But,
definitely
like,
not hard to
as a-
notice
as a-
it.
as a
Your
guy,
eyes are just like, nah.
you're just like always staring down someone's shirt.
If I'm being
but
totally
girls
honest,
only call out teachers when they do it. They don't call out like people their age.
if I'm
Why?
being totally honest, I thought you were talking about Cheers, not Cheer.
Cheaters.
That sounds like, I mean, that's kind of not weird. Like,
No cheerleaders.
okay, that makes way more sense. I was like, yeah, he's like pandering. Like, I'm sure young girls love Cheers. Like, what?
Well, I was wondering what you meant by pandering. I was like, I don't know, but I guess that kind of makes sense.
Well, I tried to fit it in, and I was like, yeah, that kind of works, Okay, Cheer posters. Okay. And I did think it was kind of weird you call it Cheer, and I was like, oh, whatever. We never watched this, so maybe, Okay. Yeah.
The fuck are you talking about?
Cheers. The
The
show.
show?
The show.
Oh,
I was like, why is it Cheers posters? Okay, that fucking makes
Yeah.
more sense.
It definitely checks out now.
Let me do the math on that.
So speaking of our childhoods, let's go into like kind of our big topic of today. Have we all watched the Sonic movie trailer?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all watched it. The one movie trailer we've actually watched.
yeah. Well, this is the one movie trailer that I didn't think I needed to be prepared for, so I just watched the shit.
Yeah. Did you? Okay. So how did we all feel about Sonic's design?
Before the
You know that way.
Listen. Before the trailer, I was like, oh, I'm probably not gonna see this movie, whatever. I watched it, I was like, oh, that looks like a lot of fun. I'll go see that, And I mean, he looked fucking weird, but it's a hedgehog, like it's Sonic the Hedgehog. You fucking animated. Like,
Yeah, an anthropomorphic animal always kind of looks weird.
Yeah, and then I was
No,
like, oh,
but
whatever.
like they could have done so much better. Like actually kept him to his original design and shit like that. Like his eyes.
Which design?
Were like
There's 6.
of the actual.
There's more
Sonic
than
design.
6 Sonic designs. Yeah.
There's
But does Jim Carrey look like Dr. Eggboy?
There's two.
Eggman. Or Eggman
There's
or
actually
Dr.
there's only one fucking Sonic design.
Dr.
There's not
Robotnik.
six. What the fuck?
There
you
is.
talking
There's
about?
6 different designs.
Show me.
I have a. That's why I
Show
brought.
me.
That's why I have an article. There's 6 classic Sonic designs.
I don't know. The biggest thing I had with it was like, oh yeah, you know what? That looks fun. I'll see it. And then they just get getting shit on and shit on and shit on. And it was like, oh, that kind of sucks. You know, these people are working really hard on this movie just for it to get fucking dunked on.
Yeah, there's one design that's from Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure 2 is a different design. Sonic the Hedgehog is also slightly different, I guess. I don't really know. Sonic Forces, I mean, looks incredibly similar. And then, of course, there's the standard, like, original Sega design. Plus Sonic Generations, he looks slightly different. And Sonic Boom, he's also wearing, like, a scarf kind of a thing. Yeah, you feel free to walk over here. See, this is Sonic Boom. He's wearing like a scarf, and he has weirder gloves. I don't know what that one is. That's a Progressive commercial. Then, okay, so the thing I don't like about Sonic's designs is they say that they're different versions of him, but they're oddly similar. Like, I feel like there's probably just one difference between Sonic Generations and Sonic Forces.
Is the shoes and the hair, but like they did fine. I'm gonna go back.
Yeah. So go back to your microphone.
Yeah, they did completely fine with how they did him. Like the back of him and his shoes. It's more so like his face. And his face always remains the same no matter what you do. So there's no different design. It's just his face. That's what
I'm
they need
admitting,
to fix.
yeah, his eyes were smaller, and his face did look different, but I didn't care necessarily. I mean, I wasn't like a big Sonic fan or anything, but it's also like if you're like an artist and you're making your rendition of something, I don't think that you necessarily have to create exactly the same like version of Sonic that everybody else expected. So you feel that Sonic looked weird in the trailer, I think?
Yeah.
I'm getting that from you.
Look at
I don't think Chase and I cared. Really. Yeah, I have seen that one where they redesigned him. They're like, this is what he should look like.
That was a fan made thing, you know what I mean? So if like
It totally makes sense.
But who knows?
The other one looked more human like.
But who knows?
definitely
Who
does.
knows what they were going for? Were they trying to go for the video game, or were they trying to make their own thing?
Well, I mean, regardless, if you're borrowing a character from someone else's creation, you probably should stick as close to their.
But it's not
creation as
someone
possible.
else's creation. You own the rights.
To Sonic?
This is your creation.
It's licensed. I
Oh,
think
is it?
Sega
Yeah.
still owns the
Okay,
rights.
Sega still owns the rights. to Sonic.
Who owns Sega? Sega can't own itself.
Sega does own itself actually.
Not at this point. Where's their
December,
income
the
coming
new
from?
trailer,
From
fans,
them
Paramount,
licensing
Sega.
out their characters.
I guess that's true.
That's
Yeah,
how they
it's-
get. That's where they get their income.
It's a license, but so how do we feel that it is now changed?
or
Like
from
that they're
Capcom.
gonna change it? No, it's from Sega.
Sega? No. I mean, where Sega get their money? They license with they're partnered with Capcom, aren't they not?
No, I don't think so. I mean, you could get it. I don't really know Sega's like intricate business works and stuff like that. But how do we feel about like now they're going to actually change Sonic's design? They're gonna go back and retroactively change his design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that if this is the vision they had, I think they should stick with it.
Okay, so I agree to like an extent, but it's like, you know how they changed the Superman thing, and they changed the Captain Marvel thing, and they changed the Spider-Man thing. Would you still watch?
What are you talking about?
Like
changing
if
the
if
thing?
they like were to bring in a character like Superman, and they were like, hey, Superman's black now, so we're gonna make all these movies.
Okay,
with
that's
black Superman.
100% different.
It's not different.
This is Sonic the
if
Hedgehog.
you
He's
want
a
a
blue
black- if you
hedgehog.
want a
Blue
black-
hedgehog. But I mean, you're like changing features to make it your own.
If you want a
edition of
black
it.
Superman, then do a black Superman.
The
call him
Hobbs
Clark
and
Kent?
Shaw.
Yes. Why not? If that's your vision for him, why not?
I guess.
But the thing I hate about it is that, so a few months ago we had the, I don't know if we did, but there was the conversation about like crunch in the
Oh yeah, we
entertainment.
did. We talked about
Yeah,
it.
there was crunch where they work like 100-hour weeks for like
Oh.
2 weeks, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And they do that, and people get really fucking mad about it. Like, they shouldn't have to do that, you know. But then when Sonic this movie comes out and Sonic doesn't look the way people want him to look, they get so fucking mad that makes them go back into working on it.
So I was kind of interested in that. So you brought that up the other day.
They have to reanimate this thing.
I saw a lot of people
They
they shit on it. They said that it looks ugly, and then they were like making fun of the teeth and everything.
They shouldn't have to reanimate it. They just have to update the animation and then just like copy and
You have to make a new character.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they have to make a whole new character and go through every scene
And then change
that
replace
he's
that.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to
But they
replace
don't
it.
have,
So it's
but
basically
they don't have to
redoing
like
all of his work.
reanimate it. You know what I mean?
They would still have to reanimate it. You can't
But they're
just.
It's a brand new character.
They're just adding on the
layer?
the layer from that character onto the other one, so it's like easier than it is.
I don't know. Supposedly it's going to take 6 months. So I doubt
Well,
it's
the movie's
easier.
not coming out until November anyway.
Yeah, that is a good point. They said they're going to go. I think that's why they said it's only going to take.
Well,
a certain
and then
amount of
here's the
months.
other thing. They have
And
to
like
work.
that's 6 months while being lazy. you
So
know what I
they
mean?
busted their asses off to make this. No one seemed to like. I don't care. They didn't seem to like it. So now they're busting their asses again to do it again, which is whatever. I don't care if they do that. That's cool. If that's what you want to do and you want to make more people happy about it, whatever, do it. But I can almost guarantee you that a majority of the people that were mad about it have no intention on seeing it, had no intention on seeing it, and are not going to see it.
Oh, but that's what I was going to bring
I'm not
up
gonna see
is
it.
are they necessarily like I don't think like they were just shitting on it cuz they thought it was funny. I hadn't
I think
seen
it's
many
more so
people
like that.
actually asking them to change it. They were just like, "Yeah, it looks shitty. It's funny." Like
Yeah.
he's got human teeth. It's
Yeah,
dumb.
nobody actually said, "Hey, change it." They just
I wouldn't
bagged
say
on it. They
nobody.
just
I
They
think
didn't.
some
That's why
people
people
might
made
have.
mocks of their own changes.
yeah, they just dogged on it.
Yeah. I think some people were making jokes. I definitely think some people were asking them to change it, but I don't know if it was the majority or
Yeah,
not.
I just think like the majority of the people, the majority of the people making fun of it have no intention on seeing it, aren't gonna see it. Like, why are they changing it if it's not gonna like bring in more money?
I think it's because
Supposedly,
they like are hoping that it does bring. in
yeah,
more
I
money.
think they're trying to do I think his name is Jeff Fowler. He says I think that's the director of the Sonic movies. He did a tweet. It says, "Thank you for your support and the criticism. The message is loud and clear. You aren't happy with the design and you want changes. It's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are fully committed to making this character the best in all capitals he can be." So, I mean,
So you went out there not trying to make him the best he could be?
yeah, that's definitely a weird way to like put it. Yeah, Jeff Fowler is the director of Sonic the Hedgehog. So, yeah, I was talking to Avery about it the other day, and I was like, in the back of my head, it kind of seems like maybe some people that actually developed the movie didn't like the design of Sonic in general. Like, they didn't like the design that they might have done for Sonic, so they were on the edge, because people shit on things all the time and it doesn't change anything. That's why people are saying that this sets a bad precedent for the film industry now, because now people can just shit on things and it'll...
If you don't
But
like
it
something
doesn't.
and you're
Like, if
working
people are
on it,
off the
then do
fence-
something to
people
change
are on
it.
the fence anyway.
Well, that's
and
what
were
they could
like,
say is happening right now.
Yeah. Like, they could have just been wanting to change it anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I was thinking. I
'cause
think it's weird that they
I'm pretty
decided
sure
to do it now.
The way I'm thinking happened is, like, they released the trailer, and then they themselves dogged on the trailer. So people would also hop
Then
on that
don't
dog on the
release
trailer.
something that you're not proud of.
So,
Well,
you're my
maybe
boss,
that's why
right?
they're going back and
that's what I'm saying.
redesigning
Like, you're
it.
my boss, right? And I create this thing, and you're like, no, I don't like it, change it. And then I change it, and then I hand it back to you, but I'm not super proud of what I just gave you because it doesn't look like how it should look. And then I'm going to go in online and dog on it and have other people dog on it, and then you're going to notice that people are dogging on it. And you're going to be like, hey, change it back to how you originally had it.
Well, and if you hand in something and they say, in like you said, it is someone else's product, like Sonic, it's not it's not theirs. It is someone else's product, and you hand it in, and it looks good, like it looks like Sonic. And they say no, change it. You go, well, this is what it should look like. And if they say you should stand up for it.
I know, but I mean, like, you can
And I get what
argue
you're
so
I-
much
and-
in
and-
the in, like,
and I get what
animation
you're saying
industry.
is, like,
there's
they're-
a lot of animators out there,
And they're
so,
just
like,
trying
if
to
you're
do
not doing what-
self-preservation and stuff. But I don't know, just then you walk in on Monday when they say change it. You walk after the internet fucks with it, and they say change it, and you walk in and be like, "I told you so."
So something that I feel a little bit weird about. So Chase brought up the whole like, yeah, these people aren't gonna go see it and stuff like that. Some things I don't necessarily like are so initially. So after they announced the redesign, there was this kind of like seemingly massive outcry of creative types being like, that's fucked up. They shouldn't redesign it. They should just put it out. Like, it's whatever. They don't want the like animators to have to crunch. And then like you see kind of, I wouldn't say the same exact people, but there are like people who work for these organizations put out like they put out articles that say like Sonic the Hedgehog 6 classic like Sonic, the 6 classic Sonic characters that you could change it to. I felt like that's kind of just rubbing salt in the wound. It's like trying to capitalize on something, but also saying that it's fucked up that they're having to redo it. They're just fence sitting. And then this IGN article that I'm looking at now is actually seemingly just flipped from an earlier article that they had, which was 10 like Sonic designs that they could have used. And now when you go and click on that article, it takes you to this article, which is the 6 that they can use now for the redesign. Yeah, the Sonic thing is weird. I didn't necessarily care in the beginning, and I probably wouldn't have gone and seen it, so it doesn't really matter to me. But yeah,
Well, I just saw the trailer and I was like, oh, that looks like a lot of fun. You know, Jim Carrey's real funny. And, you know, I might go see it. And now there's all like this shit around it. It's like, man, don't really want to go see it anymore.
Were you that freaked out by his teeth? Everyone thought his teeth were weird.
I didn't care.
I didn't give a shit about the teeth. I was like, cool, he has like human teeth.
Yeah, the only thing I really cared about were his eyes. They were way too far apart. He looked like a fucking sloth.
He looks like a hedgehog.
Or like Vaughn when he wakes up.
He looks like a hedgehog. This is what he looks
Yeah, he
like.
looks like an actual hedgehog. Yeah, he looked like a hedgehog. That was my problem.
Yeah, it is a little weird.
I just hate it when companies like have to do stuff like that just to appease. Like,
I mean,
They try to make him look
like you
too
always say, you don't
hedgehog-like
have to do it.
for
It
a
seems
blue
like they
fucking
chose
hedgehog.
to.
You know what I mean?
yeah. Okay.
Like they could have just released the
When I
movie.
say have to, I mean
Choose to.
in a way. Like they have to do it to make people stop fucking with their product.
They were just making fun of it. You put out anything, you just assume people are gonna make fun of it.
Yeah, that's facts.
By the way, I don't think Sega's like owned by anybody.
what I
It's a
said.
subsidiary of Sega Holdings Co. So
That's what I said.
yeah,
I
you were
thought
right.
They just mostly
Yeah.
partnered with Capcom.
I just looked it up. I was like, I wonder what's going on with Sega. Yeah, I don't think I was necessarily gonna go see the Sonic movie in theaters. I probably would have rented it or something, or like Redboxed it.
Waited for Netflix.
Yeah, probably
Yeah,
just
that's
waited
why.
for Netflix. I don't really. Everyone's like, oh yeah, it looks like Jim Carrey was gonna carry this movie. If I'm being honest, I'm not that big of a Jim Carrey fan. So
A chim.
Jim Carrey.
So anything Jim Carrey's in is supposed to be a comedy, and I don't think this is supposed to be a comedy.
Definitely not everything. He's put out some shit that is not supposed to be a comedy.
Like what?
Like I forget what it's called. It's like 9 or something, or oh no, it's 23, where he's haunted by the manuscript. Like he's haunted by this book that it turns out was actually his past life, and he like kills hookers and shit.
Isn't
It's
that
fucked up.
13?
It might be 13 or 23. It's something, but it stars Jim Carrey.
Movie 43.
Nope, not that one. That's just a skit one where fucking Hugh Jackman has a nut chin. So
It's just fucking classic. You jacked man.
and what is it? Chris Pratt, like Anna Faris wants Chris Pratt to shit on her. No, she wants him to poop on her. Because that's what you do to people you love. You
Yeah.
shit on whores, is what they say. That's a line from the movie.
Great.
I was like,
movie.
what's the difference? And then you explained it, and I'm like, word.
Yeah, I was also
Yeah,
like,
supposedly when you poop on somebody, you poop on the person you love. When you shit on somebody,
You shit on your enemies.
yeah, you shit on a whore.
no, you shit on Sonic, apparently.
Yeah, that's the most popular thing. So I think we should round out the podcast with a nice little Florida man. So let's just get the update over in Florida. What's happening
Over in Florida.
So also, I'd like to talk about something. You never really, so like Florida man is a thing. You never really hear about the Florida women. Like they aren't doing bath salts and eating people's faces. So what exactly is happening with the men over in Florida?
Men,
Is
first
there
of all,
something in the water that's mutating them? Like
well,
they
men
have
are kind
eyes?
of
go
fucked up in
crazy.
general.
Yeah, men are
And
just
then apparently you
naturally
throw them in
fucked up.
Florida, they just break.
The humidity just breaks their brains and they start eating faces.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Checks out. That checks out. So this one is Florida man in Speedo really wants to show cops something. They showed him handcuffs. I honestly thought that it was going to be like his dick or balls.
Oh, God.
Because they very specifically put out Speedo. So in the video, he's a heavy set man. He's wearing a very revealing Speedo. And this is like it's body cam
Aren't
footage.
most Speedos pretty
It's
revealing?
like, just to be clear, he's a heavy set man, so he's leaking out of this
He's
Speedo.
leaking out.
Really. I mean, you can't see his nuts or his, like, you can't see the nuts or the shaft, but then he basically, like, leads, they come up on him, and he's like, hey, guys, I want to show you something, and he says he's a vet. He clearly says he's a vet, and he's smoking pot. And, is that legal in Florida?
Not legal in Florida.
I'm not sure.
Okay,
I think it might be for recreational use either, because the only place that has legalized weed has been the West Coast.
There's been quite a few.
There's quite a
the
few
West
places.
Coast, like the entire West Coast.
Yeah, you
and,
were
like,
saying on
bits
the
and
West
parts,
Coast.
but on the East Coast, it's not.
I'm assuming there is a legal form of it because when you get later down into this article, so he's like smoking a bowl. He asks these cops to smoke pot with him, and they said no. And he said, oh, I want to show you something. So he leads these cops to like a several foot tall, it's a 2 foot tall marijuana plant. Like it's just a thick ass plant, big plant. And they ask him, he's like, you got to smoke a bowl with me, please. They declined. And he shows them this big ass marijuana plant. And they ask,
It is medically legal. It
there
is
you go.
not.
Yeah. When they asked him if he has a marijuana card, he says yes. He said, I have a card. That's a quote. And it said, Carcino, I'm assuming is his last name, says quickly appending his answer, I'm working on it. So he does not have a card. He's just working on it. He's trying to get one. And so it says the Mello Carcino or whatever was arrested on marijuana charges early Thursday morning and is being held at some weird jail.
He was so
for
fucking high,
$1,500.
He had to be high.
Yeah, he was smoking when they walked up
Yeah,
on
he
him.
must have been fucking blazed out of his mind when he said, "Hey, officers, smoke this pot with me."
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, you gotta be a
one,
dipshit to do
smoke
that.
it with me. 2, let me show you my fat marijuana plant. Let me show you this huge stalk I have over here. And then when they asked if you have a card, yeah. I mean, kind of, I'm working on it.
I'm working
Yeah, he
on
was
it.
trashed.
It's very special. Florida's a special place on earth. It's really where dreams come true, if I'm being honest. I mean, am I wrong about that?
That's where Vaughn proposed.
I wish I proposed in Florida. I actually, I proposed by telling Morgan to go get the ring out of my backpack. That's not a joke. I really did that.
That's how he proposed.
Yep. And I was like, you want your present? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, go get it out of my backpack.
Speaking of Florida, man, Jesus, man.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, that's a psychopath moment right there.
Oh my gosh, I thought you guys did something so cute.
No, I'm not a cute person. I'm not a romantic
Like
person.
got down on one knee at the beach, sunset,
To what beach?
Oregon.
Also, though,
Drive all the way to Oregon? Fuck that.
is it like, is the sand next to,
Water, a beach?
yeah, like lakes? They have sand next to them. Is that a beach?
No, that's the lakeside, lakefront.
Why is it different than a beach, though?
Because beaches can only be by the ocean. Because that's where bitches go.
Because that's where bitches go.
I like that.
I find that odd.
Bitches, beaches, same thing. Ocean hoes. You ever heard of the word, a term?
It says
Ocean of hoes?
beach, a pebbly or sandy shore, especially by the ocean.
But apparently not specifically by the
Can't the
ocean.
beach be by the sea?
It says synonyms: seaside, seashore, shore, coastline, coast, coastline, coastal region, seaboard, foreshore, water's edge.
Hey,
which...
I'm going to stop you right there because I got to poop.
All right.
A shore of about. Whoa, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't think it has to be just ocean.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay, well,
That's about the end of this podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Justin's gotta go dump.
He's got to dump out. If you guys would like to talk with us outside the show, you can follow the podcast on Twitter at YGMMI Podcast. You can follow Chase at Hopkins Best. That's HOPKINS Best. You can follow Justin at Sedu Justin. That's CEDOUX Justin. And you can follow me at Hyde Legion. They're making fun of me because I...
My poop is coming.